Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of LTLT Gaming Podcast. I'm your host today, Jax, and I would like to welcome my co-host and friend, Ron.
Hey Jax, good to be back. How
Yeah,
was your week?
it's yeah, my week's been great. It's been actually for the last few days it's been raining quite a lot, so super busy. Went to get a passport for my daughters today, and oh
Oh,
my god, I'm
nice.
so tired. Same time as like work, we went out at 8, got home at 5. I'm just shattered.
That's long, right?
Exactly, well, we went passport and then we went to Stanley to get some cake.
I
Full
bet
day
you
out.
feel more comfortable at work instead, right?
Yeah, sometimes, but as a Lantau boy, someone who lives far away, when you do something, you want to make the most of it and just do everything in one go, so you don't have to
Ah,
do
yeah,
things
makes
separately.
sense.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's been 2 weeks. How you doing since we last saw you?
Well, I've been doing okay. Just playing games, nothing too much.
Yeah.
And talking about games, this week, good game
Oh.
came out that you should try.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost of Tsushima
Wait. Oh, Ghost of Tsushima. I thought it was out already. No.
is it was out on PS4 and PS5 and is now
Okay.
currently on PC. I don't know if it's
Okay.
going to run on Steam Deck, but one day you can try it. That's
Oh
going to be
yeah,
cool.
definitely. Yeah, and so super quick. I know our episode is not about Ghost of Tsushima, but what type of game is it? I've never played it. I've seen some gameplay.
For me, it's a single player game, but there's also multiplayer parts, which I cannot try because you're not playing it. But yeah, it's mostly a single player game, role playing as a Japanese back in the, I don't know, about like 18s or 1600. I forgot.
Okay.
But it's more about a samurai game.
Okay,
It's
so you're
what
a Ronin,
Assassin's
right?
Creed in Japan should
Okay.
be looks like. Yeah, should looks like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's kind
Sounds
of a
like something to shortlist.
yeah, it's kind of like the if you ever think if you ever watched Last Samurai as a kid, you probably want
Hmm.
to play this game.
Oh, is it also because of the show Shogun on
Oh yeah,
Disney?
that is just a happy coincidence, I think.
Okay.
Shogun came out and it's a really good show. Go watch it. Have you
Yep.
watched it yet?
No, you mentioned like I
Yeah.
watched at the same time I was watching Fallout, and
Oh yeah,
then
Fallout is
also a good
good.
show. Yep.
Yes.
And then I'm now trying to, because I got Prime, so I'm trying to watch everything on Prime first for the month, and then once I've
That
cleared
makes
that,
sense.
I
Yeah.
would jump back into Disney and watch Shogun. It's definitely something I want to watch. But I want to double check. Shogun is the show in Japanese or is it in English?
It's Japanese and English. It's about a guy called John. I forgot
Hmm.
his last name, but he is an actual historical figure. He's
Okay.
about when he's landing in Osaka by
Hmm.
accident and got captured by people and then slowly integrated into the society, into the shogun, and about
Okay.
how Toranaga code comes into power and how the shogun
Okay.
begins.
Okay. So
Yeah,
is the show mainly in English or is it mainly in Japanese?
mainly in Japanese.
Yeah, because like right now I'm mostly watching and consuming shows whilst doing something else. So if it is in
Yeah,
Japanese, then I have to make sure I have time to focus on it, right?
yeah. It's like watch one episode like lunchtime, half an
Yeah,
episode at lunchtime is okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a good show.
Definitely put
Definitely
that.
worth your time.
Yeah, definitely once Prime is over, then I'll definitely put that on. And Apple TV is over. When that is also over, I'll be definitely on because I've got just Disney all the time, two girls, right?
Yeah,
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 absolutely.
but yeah.
So apart
So
from watching
mhm.
Fallout or playing Fallout 4, what else have you been doing?
Well, I played. I started Fallout 4 again on the Xbox, but then I actually mainly played a bit more of New Vegas on the Steam Deck, and
Mm,
then and then also was playing Manor Lords as we talked about last time.
mm.
But recently, another game has come out, and now I've not played Manor Lord for at least a week. Okay, did you get the same game? Like you have to die many, many
Yes,
times?
yes. The game.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
good.
I found out about it when it was actually released on that day, and you told me
Yep.
about it, and I just bought it immediately. I'm a
Good,
fan of the
because
first
otherwise we'll
game.
have yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, please continue.
yeah. I'm a fan of the first game. That's why I'm definitely going to play this one. Yeah,
Good,
that's what I'm
because
trying to say.
otherwise
Yeah,
we'll have nothing to chat about in this show. So,
yeah.
yep, as you see as the title of our show today, we are going to chat about our first impressions of Hades 2, as we know, is a sequel to Hades, the first game. So Ron, what is your history and experience with Hades 1?
Not finished. I actually got to the point where I have to fight Hades and I stopped because there's always another game coming along in my way. Just like
Yep.
Hades 2 right now. I've been playing
Yep.
Hades 2 for about how long was it? Let me check. Quick check. Hades 2. I played Hades 2 for about 17 hours. That's a long
okay.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it's
exactly.
idle, since sometimes I play during lunchtime and I forgot to
Yep.
switch off the game.
Yep.
So yeah, it's always
So
like some
7
other
hours
game
at
coming
least.
up. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
so you didn't finish Hades 1, so you got to I'm sure like it's been out for so long, so we can chat about the game, spoiler or not. Okay, so you got to fight Hades.
yes, and I died, and I stopped.
Okay, okay. I went on a little bit further than you. Like I didn't play it at the start. I played it once it came to Xbox. I think it was also on Game Pass when it came to Xbox, probably just 2 years ago. And then I went past Hades actually. I think it took
You
me
can get
like at
past
least the
Hades,
fifth.
okay?
Yeah, I think it took me at least fifth or sixth time to beat Hades.
Oh,
So I was super excited, I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish the game, because you spent so long dying and just going through, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you fight Hades, okay. I'm sure you don't mind now. So once you fight and you go past Hades, and then you get to, if I remember correctly, you get to the mortal plane, I think, because you've been stuck in the underworld for so long, and then you get through, and then you walked along the path, and then you died because you just couldn't survive outside.
Outside,
So
yeah.
and then I played a little bit more, but I never got around to go past Hades again. So I read it up actually a little bit later that you were supposed to grind this bit for quite a few times, and then like I think once you've gone past Hades a certain number of time, the story actually progress. And every time I think you just get a little bit more dialogue, so you know what's going on, rather than why I just killed him, why am I dead again?
You can't really kill a
Yeah.
god, right?
True. I mean, like that's why you die, you go back, and then you rinse and repeat, and just keep going again, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So overall, did you enjoy your experience with Hades?
You mean 1 and 2? One and
first
2,
one,
of
the
course,
first one.
yeah.
Let's chat
But
about
the
the
first
first
one's
one, yeah.
really good. Yeah. I did enjoy it a lot since it got a different variety of weapons. And but what got me stopped at the very end is, from my experience, is more about luck instead of actually well, it's more about skills as well. And I'm a very impatient guy, so I always like to rush people, but it's also about luck, what boons you get and what items you get during the way. So
Definitely. So
like
which was
I-
your favorite weapon from there?
I
If you
think
remember.
the sword. I think the sword is probably the best.
So the
It's
first one.
The first one is probably the best.
Yep.
Yeah. And I feel like it's more about luck here. And I got frustrated because when I get to Hades, I feel really lucky at the time. But I think I did try to get back to Hades, but I just can't get past the second boss or the third boss. Maybe I
Yeah.
just suck. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. Is like, first few times is kind of lucky, and then you do eventually learn like how the bosses are like, and when to roll. I guess just like things like Souls and Elden Ring, right, which you're good at. So I reckon a bit
Yes.
more time. But I think at the end of the day, as you mentioned, it's just time. Like you just don't. There's just another game that attract you, and then for you, you've gone to Hades already. You kind of play through. You kind of play through the whole game part. Of course, you can just continue. Maybe there's some new moves, but yeah, I get what you mean though. I get what you mean.
Yeah, funny thing you talk about Elden Ring. I do feel like Elden Ring is probably easier since you can go back to the boss in quite a short distance. But for you to go back to Hades, it take a long time. So
Yeah,
yeah, give
probably
it
like
take.
a half an hour playthrough easily.
Yeah.
Easily. But yeah, I agree with what you mentioned though. Like in Hades 1, sometimes I would feel like, oh, I'm not getting those boons. Like isn't like for me, I enjoyed using the arrow. I think it was the second weapon, and then I really enjoyed is
That's a
it
bold.
Poseidon's boon, and
Oh yeah,
also
like knocking
yeah,
foes away when you
yep, yep,
just
because
sprint
I'm
past them.
archer, right? So as an archer, then that's what you want.
Yeah,
And then I
yeah.
think also Zeus or someone else was good because you can eventually upgrade to hitting multiple people, like chain lightning in Diablo, you know. And so like eventually I felt like, oh, I just keep playing it with the same weapon. And then some run throughs when I don't get certain gods, I'm like, oh, I don't want to play that. I just want to restart and just rinse and try that again, you know.
Mhm.
So I definitely get what you mean by sometimes it's luck, like whether you get the good boons in this playthrough or not.
Yeah. It's just it's more about tactical choice you make, but sometimes you're not true, but you don't get Poseidon. You get even
Yeah,
if you get Poseidon, you don't get the boons that you want. So
yeah,
it's more. So that's why I stopped at the end. But it's a fun
yeah,
game. The combat is
yeah.
fluid, even though you can't get your boons. Each run you get a little bit reward and more story to it. So it's quite
True,
fun. Yeah.
true. Yep. And then like as you unlock certain rooms in each level, and then you get a bit of variety, you get more health, etc. So like with that experience, like I think overall you said you quite enjoy it, right? So before you played Hades 2, like, and once you've heard that, I think last E3 is when we heard that there will be a Hades 2, we chatted about it. So what type of new things were you expecting, you know, for Hades 2 to be good?
To be honest, don't really have any expectations since I haven't finished the first game yet. So,
Yep.
and for the past, say, 5 years, if you give expectation to something that out of your control, you're always getting disappointed. So for me, it's
Exactly,
just
exactly.
I wish list this on Steam when it came when it was announced on E3 and
Yep.
or like a game show. So yes, I don't think E3 is coming back anytime soon. So yeah, I just wish
Yeah.
list it on Steam and then just wait for it to come out and buy it instantly.
True, true. Because I think it was last year's Xbox showcase, which we chatted
Yeah.
about, and then they mentioned Hades 2 or like Game Awards or something like that. Yeah, definitely. Like,
What about
like
you,
for
mate?
me, yeah,
Yeah.
for me, I felt like to be honest, I really enjoyed Hades 1. So I don't know how they could really do better, you know.
Yeah, exactly what
Of
I'm
course,
trying to say.
yeah, because the as you mentioned, the gameplay was solid. You know, the obviously it does get repetitive. Okay, there's only a certain limit amount, but every playthrough is still kind of fun if you allow yourself to try different things, which sometimes I didn't, you know. And then like I remember seeing the trailer. I remember my first reaction seeing the trailer in either the Awards or the Xbox Showcase. I was like, it just looks really similar, but rather than red, it's now green. I
Oh yeah, that's
remember
true.
that's how
Yeah, yeah.
expected. And then for some stupid reason, I didn't really read into it. I thought it was going to be like from, for some reason, I thought we're going to move away from the storyline because as just like you, I didn't complete Hades, so I didn't know what happened in the end. And so I thought we were moving from like Greek gods to Roman gods or something like that for some
Hey,
reason.
they're kind of the same thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's why for me it was
Yeah.
I didn't expect too much of Hades 2 from seeing the initial trailers. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The funny thing about the name of the game Hades, you don't actually play as Hades, so you play as the
Yeah.
offspring of Hades. So
Exactly.
and when I first saw the trailer, I saw, oh, it's her. I have no idea who she is, right? It's a girl this time, and
Yeah.
they didn't really explain too much. But when the game come out right now, I know it's the sister of what's the protagonist of the first game, mate?
Oh, started with Z, that's all I remember.
Yeah, Zergerus, something like that. Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah,
I'll post edit that.
yeah. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more
So
about
yeah, we've both got Hades 2 now. So what's your first impression so far? We haven't
impressions
played too
so
long.
far.
Okay. So
I've
so you
played
mentioned you
like
played 19 hours,
17 hours. 17 hours.
17 hours. How long have I played? I've played 14.4.
Oh, but
Yep.
you got further than I did.
14.4. Yeah,
Okay,
we
okay.
chatted off camera,
like,
you know. But you
but
idle
remind-
for like
Yeah, outdoor
19
for like
hours,
7
right?
hours.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your first impression so far? Let's start right off the bat.
Just
you think it's
starting
better
right
than
off the
80s one?
bat, it's more expanded compared to the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, that the game currently is in early access still,
Yep.
and it's going to have updates to it throughout the year until the end of the year before 1.0 release. And right
Okay.
now, the game have more to offer than the first game, so I'm quite impressed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's crazy. Yeah,
I agree with that.
and the mechanics is a bit more simpler now, but it's more. But you got more different kind of varieties of different kind of mechanics that you can upgrade. You can unlock different kind of rituals to improve your runs every time. And
Yep.
a little bit of spoiler: instead of going down, you can also go up this time.
Mhm.
Yeah. So if what you said about dying by going up, I know what you mean now. It was actually in the first game, so yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that. Like, first impression right off the bat. Oh my God, how did they make it better? Like
Yeah.
already, it feels so good. And as you mentioned, did they already give out a timeline for 1.0 to be released?
They have, I don't think they did, but they say they're going to have updates until the end of the year
True.
for the early
True.
access.
Before,
And they're going
before
to
1.0, right?
yeah, but it already feels like a complete game. But
Yeah,
some
exactly.
little bit here and there, like you have to connect the dots yourself, like the story, like how is
Yep.
she here? What is the family doing? And how do you know this guy? It's all during the dialogue, they all sounds like they know each other for a long time and expect you to know. I don't know if it's by design or is it because it's in early access. So we shall see. Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon the start would probably be like completed. Like, I'm sure they're not going to add too much to the start. Normally, early access is like showing you the first 30, 50, 60% of the game, right? But just like you said, I feel like it's just been so smooth. Like, I've only encountered one tiny little bug. It was just
Did you?
at yeah at like at one of the maps, one of the encounters, just one of the golden urns was already broken,
Mhm.
and then like I can't get anything from it. That's the only bug I've encountered so far. Like,
Oh,
I've
yeah.
not really been looking for bugs, but I felt nothing, and it's just so smooth. Even on the Steam Deck, it runs 60, and it's just amazing. It's been so good so far, and
Oh,
it
that's
can
good.
definitely be a 1.0 release already, right? But
Yeah,
I am
absolutely. Yeah.
so
If
much
they tell me it's like a full
yeah,
release right now, I completely buy it. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so, like, with it being only early access, and they did mention they will add more characters. Now, right now, I feel like the number of gods are maybe a little bit less than the final version of Hades that I played, because
Oh, really?
it does
I
seem
feel like
like
it's
they're the
more.
same.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. But as you mentioned, there's like new things. Like, I think the Hex is new,
Oh,
by
yeah, Hex is
Celine,
new, yes.
the moon god, right? So that's a new thing I quite enjoy. So like you give up certain boons. Well, you give up a chance for a boon, so you can get a hex or something. So that's kind of
Yes.
cool. Yeah. How's the weapons? Do you like the weapons? Have you got all the weapons
I
in?
think I've got all of them. I unlocked the skull last time I played it, and it was
Okay.
pretty fun. Yeah. But I
Okay.
don't like the torch a lot. The torch
Okay.
just seems really useless.
Skull. Okay, I don't have the skull yet. I've got everything else.
Oh, really?
So yeah.
What?
I don't know where to get the bronze. I haven't looked for it, to be honest. But
Ah, if you need bronze, you need to go up.
yes. And when you said go up, do you know? I actually haven't been.
You haven't been up?
I've only ever gone down.
Ah, yes. So going up have its perks and disadvantages. So, like you said,
Do
at
you
the
need to
very end
unlock?
of
Oh,
yeah,
sealed
because
reward. Oh, I can't go up yet. Do you need to do something?
you should have put if you played to, or maybe you told me you could get past to the point that you're going to fight the final boss. So, but I spent more time in the game and failing more, so I might have progressed further than you. You
Did you
have
have
to.
to use the concoction?
There is a
Oh,
ritual that you
there,
have
there
to.
is. There is. Yeah,
Yes.
this one. Spoiler.
Yes.
This one. I haven't gotten this one yet. That's why. I need a shadow
Hey, having
now.
the Steam
Okay.
Deck is really paying off now, right?
Oh,
You just
it's
can
so good.
load in the game
Steam Deck is
instantly.
Steam Deck is so good for
Yeah.
these type of games, you know.
It's so
Like,
easy.
I think it's not the best for AAA because of battery life also, and of course
Yeah,
the powerful
and
graphics cards. But for these type of games, oh my god, it's just so
it's
good.
just really good. I'm tempted. I'm
And-
tempted.
And then like still like one of my favorite because it's like a console you can just power off, and then like after that power back on, and then you're back at where you are.
It's really convenient. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Steam
You are
Deck,
nearly
telling you.
convincing me.
Or handheld, or
Yeah,
any
handheld
handheld.
is really good.
You
Yeah.
know, yeah. I mean, maybe wait for a discount for Steam Deck. Like the OLED looks so good. Though.
Or like Stack 2, probably.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Maybe
I'm sure
not,
they will. Maybe I'm sure a new one is gonna come out, but I don't know when. Or if you can wait.
I can wait. I can wait.
So, which weapon do you like the most so far?
I think I still like I always like the first thing. Yeah, the staff.
The
Even
the staff.
staff,
Yeah? Or was it
yeah.
spear? Staff or spear?
staff. I think.
Yes, the Witcher staff. Yep, Witcher staff.
Yeah, staff.
Okay. Yeah.
What about you? Which one you like the most?
Actually, the one that I got the furthest with was with the Sister Blades, the speedy close range one.
Something like the the Sacco thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because for me, I my best playthrough, okay, I had Sister's Blade, and then I had the God of Love's close range
Aphrodite.
boon.
Yeah.
Yeah, which boosts like 100. Well, I boosted it a few times, so I ended up doing like 300+% close up damage, and with Sister
Wow.
Blades, it's close up damage, right? And so that's why I was able to play well, and then I paired that with the not the special, but the one the area attack.
What's that?
You have 3 basic attacks, right? You have your
Yeah.
normal attack, your special, and then your
And then you
ensnare.
have President, the
Ensnare.
Omega attack. Yeah.
Yeah, the ensnare, where you have a circle area of damage, and then you slow
Ah,
them
yeah,
down.
yeah. That's
And then-
called the They trap people inside and then damage them. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
And for me, I was for my best playthrough, I was able to get Cyclone, so it slows them down, plus damage on like fire or something. So it's high damage plus slow them down. So I just ran through, and then put that circle thing down, and then when everyone's slow or freeze or cyclone, I just attack them with my basic attack, and so that combo got me quite far. So
Yeah. It's all about luck sometimes.
yeah, like the pairing just worked so
It still
so
depends
well.
on
Like,
skills. Like if you got the really good buttons, but you just don't dodge or make attention about people's attack, you still fail. So
yeah.
combination of skills and luck
yeah.
in this game is pretty cool.
Yep. And for the hex, it was definitely health right now, because it's just health, and health. Yep.
Oh, okay.
The moon god, Celine.
Yeah. The
So for
one
that,
that you can like refill after you touch a fountain.
Yep. So the basic one is you can heal yourself 3 times, and then once you get to a fountain, you can refill. But then if you go and get the upgrade from the moon god like
again.
Celine again, I can then you know how you can put like new
It's
skill
like a
points
skill
into the
tree,
right?
Yeah.
And then so I kept going for the one that you get just extra shots. So I ended up being able to heal myself like 7 times
Ah, okay.
before
Interesting
a
tactic.
fountain. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just health.
I always just go for the like the moonbeam that you can deal 1,200 damage.
Yeah,
That was
but
pretty
but
cool.
that like but that I feel like it depends on the weapon, because like for some weapons like the Sister Blades, I don't really use the Omega attacks that much.
Ah,
But
yes.
but I also enjoy the long range, the flame, like the the Maracas, the flame
yeah.
one. So for that, because I'm always using Omega attack, so I enjoy using the hex with where it turns you into like a wraith or something.
Well, yeah, for any viewers
when you
that don't really
transform,
understand
yeah.
what we're talking about, the Omega attack will charge the hex. That's why
Yeah.
you have to use the Omega attack before you can use the hex.
Yeah, so for that you have to hold down the button, and then it will consume mana, basically. It will
Mana, yeah.
consume points, magic points.
Yeah, at the very beginning, I think the Omega attacks it doesn't really help. Not Omega attack, the Omega cast that costs mana isn't really
Yeah.
worth it because you can't regenerate mana unless you get a boon or like a special item. But the further you play the game, you will unlock a certain card that you can slowly regenerate your mana. So
Is the card thing new compared to
it's new for
Hades
me.
1?
Well, at least for me, it's new. I see
Yeah.
like there's a lot of different kind of little mechanics that is built into this game and it's easier to understand compared to the first game.
Yep.
And you can unlock more stuff, in my opinion. And it's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, because in my memory, the only passive you got to start was the keepsakes. Was
Yeah,
the keepsakes you
keepsakes.
get from.
Yeah.
So for that was the only passive, right?
No, there's actually something like you can do it in Mirror, the first game, that you use darkness with, so you unlock like more healing, Death
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Defiance.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's basically the card system, but it's a little bit more straightforward in the old game, in the first one.
And now card
this one is-
system, you can really have a lot more buffs, right?
Yeah, but you have to unlock more. Like there's a circle around your character icon, and you have to unlock more slot, and then so you can put more cards. And each card
more
costs
capacity,
different kind of passives. Yeah.
Yep. So like, definitely, I feel like for this game, there's just more to do. Like even for run throughs that you're not gonna get to the end, you're just farming resources, and the resources will actually be useful for your next run.
Yeah, and it's a little bit addictive since the gameplay loop is quite smooth, and it's always like, oh, one more run is about I'll say 20 minutes, but it always takes more.
Yeah, like as you mentioned, once you die, you're going to get some new dialogues. You're going to get some new people, and possibly
Every
just
time
got
you
a
go
new
back to
keepsake.
town,
Yeah, so you go to town, you check out this and that, and then you're already at the weapons cache, and then you're like, you know what? I'll just go in. Let's see what boon you get.
yeah. Or like, oh, next one. Because every time if you quit the game mid-game, you have to finish the level first before you enter the door. But at that time, you can leave the game and it will save.
Is
But
that
if you leave the game and don't but every time you finish that level, you have always, there's a boon in the next level. You just go in first. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's the
just in
part.
case you go for the wrong one, right?
Yeah.
Is the saving a new thing? Because I can't remember. No, I played it on the Xbox, so
it's
it was
basically
like quick resume. So
Oh yeah, you take a quick resume. For me on PC, it's basically the same thing. Yeah.
okay, so
Same
good,
mechanics. Yeah.
good,
The same
good.
addictive thing. Yeah. Good
Yeah, I
format.
can't imagine them not having this type of mid save. Otherwise, it would just be
There's
difficult,
actually
you
no
know.
manual button for you to save. So if you quit
Yeah.
the game, you'll just load back into whatever point that'll auto
that
save.
encounter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, now there's one thing that I do prefer in Hades 1 than 2. Currently, overall I do prefer the areas in the old map. Now, like, even though it was more similar, I mean the skins is different obviously, but the layout and the style of the first game is, I feel like every level is very similar. But I do prefer that. There's a few things I like in the new one, but I just don't like the second level. I don't like
The one, the
Oceanus.
Oceana. Yeah. I do like the boss level because the song is awesome. But yeah, like you said, it's a little bit cramped and the enemy just attack too much. And it's not very diverse. It's very limited. Especially when you're talking about an ocean, right? It doesn't feel like an ocean. It feels more like a corridor.
Feels like a bath.
Yeah.
Feels like a bathroom.
It's very
Roman
cozy.
bath, right?
Yeah. Very cozy.
Yeah.
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 And it's really hard to get through. But after you get through Oceania, you get to I think it's the Field of Mourning.
I like that.
And yeah, I like that one.
That level was nice. It's
But
really different.
I think the first or second time I went to Oceania, I got intercepted by Kronos, the main villain of the game, and he teleported me back into one area from the first game, which is pretty cool. Nostalgia.
Taratus. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, it's like a fiery place and then they spawn the old enemy come out, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Man.
That little encounter
That's nice touch.
is
Yeah.
not easy. Like I feel like because you have to stay in a circle, and then the enemies are quite strong, to be honest.
I think it depends on what kind of boons and weapon you're using. For me, it's quite easy. That's what I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
you
all about luck
yeah.
and combination.
Oh, true. Because if also for you, you like to use the staff, which is quite good close range. For the few
Yeah,
times I played and got there, I was using the flames, the long range one. So that was quite tough for me a
yeah.
few times.
It's
Yeah.
funny thing about the so-called staff is more. It's actually quite good close quarter. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
And the Omega attack in the normal attack is quite good because it's like a long
yeah, yeah.
front and back attack. So that's quite
Yeah, I
powerful.
think I got one from Apollo, which is a new god that was
Yeah.
introduced in this game that make that front and back to like four sides, like a
Yeah.
crossroad, which is pretty
Yeah.
cool. You know, one, yeah.
And then you just jump in the middle of everyone of the crowd and then go, you know?
Go ham. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's. Is there anything else you want to mention about Hades 2? Like what other things do you enjoy about it? Special mentions? Or anything you want to look forward to? Like,
It's still in early access, so and we have talked about it for quite a few times already. It does pass a full release already, so I'm looking forward to the twist in the story. So because the
yep.
first game, from what you told me about, I don't know the end goal of the first game is. Since I was thinking like passing Hades and you are free is probably going to be the end of it, but seems like it's not. I have to look it up. And great thing about this that instead of going down, you can go up, which is pretty
Yep.
cool. And there's
Yep.
another different kind of side arcs. Maybe I'm hoping for a twist in the story, like maybe the main villain is not actually the villain all along. So who knows?
True.
Yeah.
True, because he does keep saying that, oh, you just don't know, or blah blah blah, this and that.
Yeah.
Because you do see him often. Like after passing the first area before you go to Oceanus, he just come and just talk smack about you, you know? Just
Yeah.
like this area, like I have not gone to yet, you know, at the town.
Oh, I haven't gone yet either.
Yeah. Because
I have no idea what that is.
like you have to unlock it. Like it just say access deny. Like there's a few areas in town where you still can't go. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
think
forward
they
to
are
like
slowly building up
potential.
on it. Like imagine like by going up, there's only one reason by going up. A little bit spoiler, so you can skip this part if any of the viewers are not going to like it. When say going up, the main goal of going up is to go to Olympus.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Because I remember
yeah,
the was it Hermes mentioned that you are welcome to come up or we need you or something like that. What
yeah,
was it?
but when you go up, you're dying slowly since you are
Yep,
not
yep,
supposed to be going up. But after you
yep.
perform a ritual, you won't die, and then you can go further and further away. But it's
Okay.
like sometimes every time you start a new run, you'll be thinking like, oh, this time should I go up and down? That
True.
was a really good choice.
Yep.
So maybe there might be a third way. I don't know.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Because I remember in one of the dialogues with one of the NPCs, they did mention that, oh, you're not built to be out of the underworld. You will die. Like
Yes.
your brother only lasted a day or whatever, which refers to the first game, right? And so okay, so now I know. You know, I'm like,
Yes.
when
Going
do
up
I
is
get to go
worth
up?
it.
Because as I mentioned to you, you know, I did actually reach to the final boss Kronos.
Yeah.
Like I went past like four worlds, well, four levels, and only once. And then I'm like, oh, I'm already at the final boss. I thought that when am I gonna get to Olympus? I thought I only get to Olympus after Kronos. You know?
Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, because yeah, the first time they introduced that you can unlock going up, I do it immediately. Yeah, I can't just resist the temptation to go up. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the unlock like because like when I'm at the upgrade, the concoction, the witch barrel thing, I just don't look at
The
every single
cauldron.
thing. I only look at the things that I can unlock.
I always
Yeah.
look at the things that I cannot unlock. That's a different part.
Yeah. Maybe that's where your 17 hours went.
Yeah. Like, oh, I have to get these resources. Yeah, talk about
Yeah.
resources. There's way more you can collect in the second game compared to the first one.
Yeah,
quite
and
like
this is definitely a farming simulator.
Yes. And talk about resources. I think they updated the game that because before when I was playing the game, every time you go out, you have to choose the pickaxe or you have to choose the
Yep.
fishing rod. But I think right
Yep.
now they just patched it so you can carry everything at the same time.
Yep.
But the one that you choose have priority will always spawn more.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
That was in one of the patch notes recently. I think it was the first patch of the early access, and so that's good because like every time if you have to choose, it just takes so long to grind the resources, right? But now
Well, I think
good.
it's for me it's a good thing. Like every time you go out, you have to look at the cauldron. What do you need? And then you have to choose accordingly. It's like a tactic to go out. It's like
Yeah, but you're not
preparation
going to
before
play
you
the
do a
game
run.
so long, Ron. You're not going to
I
be
mean,
able to
but it's
unlock
good design,
everything,
right?
you know?
Good design.
It's fun. I mean, like for this type of game, like roguelikes, I mean, you're gonna need something to keep coming back and
Keep coming back to
grind, right? And so, I mean, yeah, it's good. And I feel like you do get more resources. Like you get the seeds more often, so you can grow things in the farming simulator.
Yeah.
And yeah, I've yet to unlock the final weapon. Yeah, don't tell me if it's any good. Like,
Maybe I'm like
yeah.
looking forward to is not I think I like going up more is like imagining you go up to Olympus, you actually meet the guy that giving you the boons, right?
Yeah,
And then maybe later on in the game you're fighting them. So that would be pretty cool.
yeah, possible.
Like how many gods?
Maybe
Yeah.
like once you've killed Kronos, you get to choose which side do you go to the dark side as the Sith, or well, the dark side, or do you fight in the light side, right? So do you
Yeah.
attack Olympus, or do you keep trying to claim Hades throne?
Yes.
Who knows? Things could happen.
Yeah.
Things could
Yeah.
definitely happen.
Maybe I think at one point they mentioned the headmistress.
Yeah,
She's also a Titan, right? Titaness. I remember.
I
That's one of the
can't
characters referred
remember.
to.
I remember she's got to be an important character. Like I feel like right now, because
I'm always suspicious about what she's going to be. Like maybe she and Kronos is actually working together, keeping
possible.
her out. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's the treaty.
I always
Maybe
like
they have a
twists in the
treaty.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, or maybe that's the treaty. Like they say that like Cronus can, well, he should be strong enough to go anywhere, right? And so like why is he out? Why is he kept out of this area? It's got to be corruption and treaties. It's not because of power. Yeah.
Hey, who knows? It's
So-
early access, or maybe Hades free.
Okay. Well, let's kind of wrap up our conversation with one last thing that you would like to see arrive before 1.0 release.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I really don't have any more. I have to play the game more to find out.
Yeah.
What about you,
Okay.
mate?
For me, definitely just more gods. Like I do have a feeling that I just keep seeing the same people over and over again. I don't know, maybe because there's just a few that is like fire related, you know, and maybe every time I see a fire one, I feel like they're all the same, you know.
Yeah. I mean, the gods they introduce you this time is the one that you haven't seen before. But when you go up, you'll see the old ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe because I haven't been up, that's why I haven't seen all of them.
But I haven't seen Athena yet, I think. So
Oh yeah, I haven't seen Athena. And I'm looking forward to waking up the one that's
Hypnos.
asleep in
Hypnos, yeah.
Yeah. No idea how to wake him up yet. So let's see.
Still early
Maybe
access, so we
Olympus-
have to wait.
Yeah. True. All right. Let's wrap up with. So, if you have to give this game out of 10 currently at this stage at early access,
For early access, it is going to be a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Because the less 1 point is probably because I don't know some story details. Maybe they are fine tuning it, but for an early access, it just blown past the first game and
yeah,
just really well polished and then well presented. And
true.
yeah, there's nothing to complain about, to be honest.
Yeah.
Unless
totally
time you
agree.
lose to it.
Yeah, true. Totally agree. Because if we say Hades 1 was like a 9 to 10 out of 10 game of the year contender, I would say Hades 2 at this current stage at
Same
early
level.
access is already better than Hades 1.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
so
Better
so
than-
so definitely like, and I'm just so glad that it doesn't feel like an early access because like currently I'm playing Mana Lords. I'll play Mana Lords. I mean that game I can definitely feel is early access. There's so many
Yes,
features
yes.
that I can see is not there. and then we're also playing another game. I haven't put enough time, like No Rest for the Wicked. I feel like for that, like the story isn't fully there. Like you can't get through all of them already, and so I feel like a bit more fine tuning and optimizing is still needed. But this game just runs so smooth,
So
and like
smooth and yeah, the feature is
and
all there, to be honest.
and to be honest, if they don't do any more development, I feel like it's already as much or even more than Hades 1, the first game. Like if you just keep playing
It's
it, right?
definitely more
And so
than Hades 1.
I'm super happy with this game, you know, I'm super happy. That's why we're played so many out. Well, not that many, less than 20. And then, you know, and we're chatting about it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so that's our chat about, that's our first impression about Hades 2. And of course, we'll probably be putting more time into it. Like, or maybe some of us might wait until 1.0 is out or more content. I feel like if I get past Chronos, I'll probably stop and just wait a bit more longer. Yep. So if you enjoyed our discussion, then please follow us on Instagram and Threads. You know, finally, I have created Threads for it already, and just follow us and see what we chat about next. Ron will be heading the episode next time, and let's see what he wants to chat about. And if you have
There's a
anything
lot
you
we can
want
talk
us
about.
to talk about, then definitely drop us a DM.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for watching and have a great one.
Yeah, see you in the next episode, 17. Ciao.
Enjoy gaming, mate. It's starting now. You know, I got a Roman helmet, right? I can do that for like the favorite RTS game, like Rome Total War.
Next episode.